Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, back again with me Julia Winata. Here I will explain the materials in morphology. Okay, let's go straight to the material. The first material was about words as meaningful building blocks of language. What do you know about words as meaningful building blocks of language? Yes. Words as meaningful building blocks of language. Words are the basic units of language which serve as essential building blocks for communication. When a child begins to speak, the excitement that accompanies their first word highlights the importance of words in language development. Words contain meaning and can be combined to form sentences, which allow us to express thoughts, ideas, and emotions. For example, the word tree signifies a certain concept in nature, which illustrates how words encapsulate meanings. The next material words as types and words as tokens. Words as types in counting a word once, no matter how many times it occurs in a sentence. For example, Mary goes to Edinburgh next week, and she intends going to Washington next month. So, if we count word types in the sentence above, we count 12 because two of them, the word to and next, are repeated. The two tokens of the word to count as one type. Likewise, the word next. They are distinct tokens of a single type. While words as tokens, token refers to the total number of words in a text, counting every instance in which a word occurs in a sentence, regardless of whether that word has occurred before or not. For example, Mary goes to Edinburgh next week, and she intends going to Washington next month. So, if we count words token in the sentence above, we count 14. Next, words with predictable meanings. Sometimes, words has meanings that are predictable. That is meanings that can be worked out on the basis of the sounds and make them up. Onomatopoeic words are some words whose sound seems to reflect their meaning fairly directly, such as meow. Another example, SL seems to reflect its meaning. Sleep, slide, slope are called as sound symbolism. So, easier to predict a sound symbolism meaning than the real word. For example, Gingle Stress reproduce delociously. Delociously is an example of word that, although not brand new, it may even be listed in some dictionaries. Could just as well be brand new so far as most readers of this book are concord. For present purposes, what matters is to be aware that not every word can be listed in a dictionary, even in the fullest dictionary imaginable. Next, non-word with unpredictable meanings. We saw it is possible for a linguistic item to be a basic building block of syntax. The item is clearly not itself a sentence or a phrase and yet to have a meaning that is predictable. Consider these two sentences from the point of a learner of English who is familiar with the usual meanings of the word expenditure, note, and debt. I kept notes on all my expenditure. I kept tabs on all my expenditure. Native speakers will instinctively interpret kept tabs on as a single unit which has meaning, pay close attention to, or monitor carefully. Idioms is a combination of words that have meaning owing to its common usage. Idioms are enormously various in length, structure, and function. Idioms, for example, keep the bucket dry. Noun, for example, dark horse. Competitor whose strength is unknown. Akin to idioms, but distinguishable from them, are phrases in which individual words have collocationally restricted meanings. Consider the following phrases. Number 1. white wine. Number 2, white coffee. Number 3, white noise. The last, white man. In a broad sense, they may count it as idiomatic because the meaning that white has in them is not usual meaning. Rather, when collocated with wine, coffee, noise, and man. Next, words versus lexical items. It's essential to distinguish between words and lexical items. While all words are lexical items, not all lexical items are words. For example, the phrase "kick the bucket" is a lexical item that conveys a single meaning to die, but consists of multiple words. Next, taking words apart. When we analyze a word, we can break it down into its fundamental components. This process involves identifying the root, the core meaning of the word, and any affixes, prefixes, or suffixes that change its meaning. For example, in the word unhappiness, happy is the root, while un and ness are affixes that change the meaning. Types of morphemes. Bound and free morphemes are classified into two main types. Free morphemes. These morphemes can stand alone as words. For example, cat is a free morpheme as it conveys meaning independently. Bound morphemes. These morphemes cannot stand alone and must be attached to other morphemes to convey meanings. Affixes such as un, in, unhappy are examples of bound morphemes. Next, types of morphemes. Roots affixes compound form morphemes can be further categorized into word roots, the basic part of a word that carries its primary meaning. Roots can be free, like book, or bound, like friend, in cranberry, which only appears in certain words. Next, identifying morphemes. Independently of meaning, it's possible to identify morphemes independently of their meanings by analyzing their form and function within words. For instance, in the word unhappiness, we can identify un as a prefix happy as a root and ness as a suffix, regardless of their overall meaning. Next, ways of classifying. Word parts. Word parts can be classified based on their roles in word formation, such as derivational morphemes, which create new words. For example, happy to happiness, and inflection morphemes, which modify a word tense, number, or case. For example, cat to cat. Next, words and grammar. Lexic word forms and grammatical words inflection refers to the modification of words to express different grammatical categories. Lexic represents the base form of a word, while word forms are the variations that convey grammatical information. For example, the lexic run can take various forms like runs, run, and running. Next, regular and irregular inflection. Inflection can be regular or irregular. Regular inflection follows predictable pattern, such as adding or past tense. For example, walk to walked. While irregular inflection does not conform to started rules. For example, go becomes went. Next, for nouns. Pronouns determine verbs and adjectives. Different parts of speech have specific inflectional forms. Nouns can be singular or plural, such as dog singular and dogs plural. Pronouns change form based on case, like he subject and him object. Verb inflects for tense, as in it present and it past. Adjective can show degrees of compression such as small, smaller, and smallest. Understanding these aspects of words enhances our grasp of language structure and usage, revealing the intricate ways in which we communicate. So guys, do you understand right? I hope you understand about the material. Maybe that's all from me. I'm close. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye!